Combat sports fans, welcome to another great edition of Strong Style. I'm your host, Jeremy the Impact York. This is our weekly dive off the top rope into the world of mixed martial arts and professional wrestling. As I said last week, mixed martial arts has been on a little bit of a break. We will talk more about them next week. Tonight, we are going to preview NXT No Mercy. We are going to talk TNA Victory Road, which happened last night, and there is a massive bit of news coming out of that one. That I can't say that I can't wait to tell you because it's not good. It's not good. Definitely gonna shake things up. We are going to talk about AEW All Out results. We are going to talk about this week's NWA Power. Told you guys we were going to start talking about NWA Power because they will be in Atlanta in a couple weeks, and you will find us there because I got some friends with the NWA. But also, I'll be honest, I want to see wrestling at center stage. I've never seen wrestling at center stage, and I've seen fighting, never seen wrestling, and I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it a lot. Trying to see who from Impact Media is actually going to go with us or with me. But let's see what else. We are going to talk some Deep South wrestling, and we are going to talk some Apex wrestling as well. But first, if you want to follow the show, you go to YouTube, you type in Impact underscore, scrolling at the bottom, media underscore, find your favorite show. We have so many different shows. We have 5 different shows currently on there. And of course, if you're looking for this one, it is Strong Style. And you will hear about all the MMA and pro wrestling news going on that week. So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? All right, let's start with TNA Victory Road and the review of that. It happened last night up in, that was in Edmonton, right? Yeah, Edmonton. It was up there in Edmonton at the Edmonton Expo Center. So let's talk about it. On the pre-show, I know it bugs me that so many people are on the pre-show, but somebody's gonna be on the pre-show. And at least you're on the show. Zachary Wentz defeated Trey Miguel and Cedric Alexander in a 3-way match to open it up. Man, those guys can go. Those guys can absolutely go. And what just high intense athletic match that was. To open up the pay-per-view, we got the System, JDC, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers, who defeated Order 4 of Jason Hotz, John Skyler, and Agent Zero. That's the little bodyguard guy. Pretty good match there. Not a lot really stuck out. I mean, we're getting to see Agent Zero in the ring, get to see more of what he gets to do, but Hotch and Skyler are vastly underrated, as are JDC, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers. Lei Ying Lee and Kalani Jordan won by eliminating Heather by Elegance in a battle royal, where the winner would face off for the TNA Knockouts World Championship later in that night. Now I know what you're saying. We have a TNA Knockouts World Champion. Here's the news. Ash by Elegance came out to the ring, was dressed in her normal street clothes. Got a little emotional, as she should. She says that she was kind of dealt some devastating news. We don't quite know what it is, if it's an injury or what it is, but she says she is having to step away, potentially retire from the thing she loves most, professional wrestling. And so she has to vacate the title. And there were some executives, I'm not convinced those are actual executives, some executives, and Santino Marella and others were in the ring, and she gave up her world title. And I know what you guys are saying. How did Lei Ying Lee and Kalani Jordan end up as the top contenders? Well, Kalani makes sense because she's done some pretty big stuff in NXT. Lei Ying Lee is pretty accomplished as well, and with the stuff going on with Masha Slamovich right now, I'm not sure of her future at all with this company or another. But it's going to be Kalani. It's going to be Lei Ying Lee later on in the match and later on the night. I'm going to tell you how that goes in just a second. Matt Cardona and the hometown man. Man, hometown man on the good side of things, right? They defeated the Nemeth, Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth, by pinfall. I can't lie. I am very excited to the hometown man. He's doing spectacular. I don't know if you guys know who he is. I don't know who he is personally. We all have guesses here and there, but I don't rightly know. I mean, it could be a lot of different people. A lot of the guesses I'm seeing there, I'm not sure that's who that is because that guy's done. Remember, he stepped away, he lost his match, he lost his contract. I don't think it's him. It'd be interesting to see who it is, but him and Cardona get the win over the Nemesis. That's a pretty big win right there. That's pretty awesome. Um, Mike Santana defeated Ridge Holland in a singles match that was about 8 minutes long. What was the purpose of Ridge Holland coming over and attacking Mike Santana, last week, if he's going to lose another 8 minutes to Mike Santana this week? You were better off just putting the two together and say, here's a random match, because that's basically what it was. I need Ridge to continue to interfere in Mike Santana stuff in order for it to make sense. Plus, this will delay Mike Santana being in the big title picture, because once he gets in the title picture, I feel pretty good about his chances. It's a good match, though. Ridge is very underrated. He's back and healthy. It's good to see him back on TV. Are we going to see him on NXT? We're going to see him more on the Impact side of things. Don't know, but not going to get into what happened Tuesday night on NXT that involved Impact Wrestling, aka TNA Wrestling. But with that kind of crossover, maybe we see a little more of him over there. Mustafa Ali defeated Moose to give his team the advantage at Bound for Glory for the big match. That means that the system are the faces. Because in those style matches, say war game style match basically is what it is. In those style matches, the bad guys seem to have the advantage, and then the good guy comes in, and then we see what happens. Joe Hendry defeated Eric Young. That makes a lot of sense. They are going to do everything they can to help Joe Hendry before he basically walks across the hallway to NXT. Matt Hardy defeated AJ Francis in a tables match. I don't know why or for what, but AJ Francis is a good solid talent, and to have Matt Hardy beat him in a tables match, I mean, kind of helps him too. And look at that. Did you guys watch it? Because your new TNA Knockouts World Champion, when Indy Hartwell was the special referee, by the way, I like that. That does well because I believe she gets the next title shot. Or no, she's two title. No, she gets the next title shot. She really does. Kalani Jordan defeats Lei Ying Lee by pinfall. So once again, we have a NXT person with a TNA belt. Maybe that crossover I was talking about that happened Tuesday, maybe that has something to do with why it happened. Maybe TNA has had enough. Just saying. But congratulations to Kalani Jordan on that first time world champion there. She's held a belt before, but it was the North American title in NXT. But good for her. Frankie Kazarian defeated Steve Macklin by pinfall for the International Championship. The only thing I can see that this will do is free up Steve Macklin to be the one to beat Trick Williams for the title. I said that, 2 or 3 shows ago, that Macklin would be my pick. Macklin, and then maybe Mike Santana, but Santana's had a shot at him already. So I see Steve Macklin is the guy who is going to dethrone Trick Williams. And then in the main event, when's the last time the X Division main evented? Leon Slater retains his belt as he beats Myron Reed by pinfall in for the TNA X Division Championship. What a just fantastic show it ended up being. And I thought TNA looked really strong in this, even though they lost another belt to NXT and they lost a top talent to, I think, an injury. I don't think she's having the Masha Slamovich issues. So I really don't know what's going on with Ash. I'm hoping to hear more in the next couple of days, hopefully by the next show. But I'll see what we can find out. But wish her the best in whatever it is, and hope to see her soon. Let's go to AEW All Out. AEW All Out. Get to it real quick. Try to go through our screen. All right, there we go. We got Adam Copeland and Christian Cage defeated FTR. 2 thumbs up from this guy on that because, like I said, I know they're probably playing it up, but I just don't like FTR at all. But I know that the best way to get that message across is for me to have no reaction when they come out or to not watch when they come out. So kind of let them do. I'm just going to have no reaction. Good to see Adam Copeland and Christian Cage back on the same side. Good to see them. I don't know that they're going to have a title run. I don't know if they need it. It'd just be fun that if this is how Adam Copeland wants to ride out his schedule, I think that'd be great. I really do. Eddie Kingston defeated Big Bill. Go Eddie. Eddie comes back. He's been sitting on his couch. He's been trying to rehab and get back, and Big Bill calls him out. Eddie says, "Don't call me out, you son of a gun." Great win for Eddie. Good to see him back. I feel like Big Bill is not done with him, and he will come back after him very, very soon. The stipulation to be named later in the Mark Briscoe versus MJF match was a tables in tacks match. Yeah, the table or the tacks weren't bad enough. Let's put them together, and good job, Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe gets the win over MJF. Of course, in this style match, he has the advantage by far, but absolutely fantastic that he's able to get that victory. Another surprise in this, man, my predictions were upside down. Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, they defeated the Hurt Syndicate. I mean, it's not that there's a mismatch of talent, but I mean, now you have 2 trios that are fantastic because MVP can still go. I don't think these 6 are done. I think there's going to be some big, brutal style match coming up. It don't need to be a street fight. There's way too many street fights and stuff like that. It just needs to be 6 guys in a cage or something and just let them go. Mercedes Moné defeated Rio to retain her TBS championship. I told you guys that was going to happen. It made no sense whatsoever for Rio to win, and I didn't think Rio could actually beat Mercedes Moné. Yep, I've almost done a complete flip on Mercedes Moné. I am starting to become a fan. God, we need to get Clay back on the show because he's probably going to try to slap me for that one. Kazuchika Okada defeated Konosuke Takeshita and Mascara Dorado. Told you Mascara was probably going to win that match when we did last week's show. I really thought this was when Takeshita was going to take that moment and take over being the solid Japanese star. I don't guess Okada's ready to give it up yet. But I could see those two going at each other again. It's funny that they're both from the Callis family. I think that's where Takeshita is going to branch off, though, is, I mean, I can see Okada branching off too, but I feel like those two should face off at least one more time. It doesn't have to be for a title or anything, but Takeshita is really, really good. For his size, he can wrestle like a luchador. He can just do everything. And he really, really does a great job. No surprise, told you guys, John Moxley beats Darby Allin in a coffin match. This was once again a brutal, brutal match. But I'll be honest, the more John Moxley I see without the title, I'm liking it. I'm really digging what Moxley can do, and hopefully you do too. Shocker of the night, and I shouldn't be that surprised because the person that won is highly qualified, but I just didn't see Toni Storm losing her belt. I knew it wouldn't be Tekla. I thought Jamie Hayter maybe, but she hadn't been back long enough. But how about Chris Statlander wins the women's four-way match to become the world champion? Also, keep in mind Toni Storm might be taking a break, or could be making another movie, or they just actually wanted to reward Chris Statlander, and now we get to see if maybe she's going to join Mox and crew with the Death Riders. I think it should be a fun addition. I think they do need to expand, and I think, boy, they're really going to be something when Pac and some of the other ones come back. Bro Dito defeated the Young Bucks, Jet Speed, and the Don Callis family to retain the World Tag Team Championship in a ladder match. I like the team of Brodito, but I thought the Young Bucks, this was a great spot for them to come up and take it. Them suddenly have money again has been just absolutely gold, just absolute amazing. Young Bucks can still do anything they want to do, but I guess Brodito is the chance is another good nod there. So it was a good match too. Like I knew Jet Speed wouldn't win. Pretty sure the Callis family wasn't because it was Josh Alexander and had Zero. Not really a big team, but Brodito more than earned that victory, and good for them. And then for the AEW World Championship, Hangman Adam Page retains over Kyle Fletcher. It's just what we say, and I've heard other people say it now too. Kyle Fletcher is going to be a massive star, more than likely for AEW, because I don't see him signing with WWE. But Hangman is on a big run, and Kyle is not quite there yet. He is with in-ring. He is on the microphone. Overall, he's not ready to carry the company yet. With Callis by his side, look out. Kyle Fletcher could be could go on a monster run. Let's talk NWA Power. Now, keep in mind, I am new to NWA Power. I know a few people here and there, just from the indie scene and talking to people, but I am trying to learn people as I go, so that when that show happens in a couple of weeks, I'll actually know who some of these people are and maybe can understand some of the actual storylines going. It opened up with Nomi, who's a great female talent, versus Kylie Page. Apparently, Kylie, I believe, has a sister as well. I did not see her on this particular show, but Kylie Page got thrown around like a rag doll by Nomi for a good bit of this match, and then finds wasn't even underhanded. She finds a way to victory, gets the 1, 2, 3. Kylie Page beats Nomi. I had no idea up until this point, just what I've been able to research, what the NWA's female landscape looked like. I was impressed with both of them, and then now that I've seen other people that are booked for the show in Atlanta, it's alive and well. Female wrestling is alive and well, and these ladies are great. Colby Carino was in the back, and let's see, we got to hear from him. Alexander Lev, and I'm not sure which member of his group was there as well. They did this weird video where they were in a like almost a GameStop. No, it wasn't a GameStop, but almost a GameStop. And then Mike Mondo come in. He's now with the NWA. Good to see Mikey Mondo. And Dr. Vic came out. And the last time Dr. Vic worked with Mike Mondo was when Mike Mondo was a cheerleader in the WWE. Look it up. Mikey, I believe, who was. Interesting callback. I enjoyed that because I was probably one of the 20% of people watching it who actually knew what it was. Let's see. Then they had another match. It was Midas Black versus Carson Drake. Carson Drake, one of the well, not popular, but more consistently viewed people in the NWA. He had a solid win over Midas Black, and then had plenty to say to other people. In fact, um, Damian Sandow, I forgot Aaron. Anyway, he caught him in the back, and he's just like, if you would just do these things, you would be so much more impressive and so much more unstoppable. And so we'll see if they start trying to work together, or if or if Carson Drake just thinks he knows better than everybody else like usual and continues his thing there. There was a tag match. I never did catch the second person in the match. I know there was Serena Vale. Did not catch who her partner was. Tried to find it, couldn't find it. But they took on Tiffany Nieves and Valentina Rosili. And of course, Tiffany and Valentina are the tag champs, and they were able to pick up the victory. Once again, the women's division in the NWA is thriving. We got to see a backstage speech by Daisy Kill. You got to look up Daisy Kill. That dude looks like he should be on TV regularly, and if the NWA is going to be the one to put him there, then more power to him. Daisy Kill was very impressive. We got to hear from Tom Latimer, who is also the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, I believe. I saw him in a match last week in a three-way match that included Rhino and Colby Carino. Tom Latimer, very impressive. It would be interesting if his contract comes up as to where we might see him next. I think he might want to stay in the NWA, honestly. And then Cristiano Argento took on Thrill Billy Cyrus Mason. If you hadn't seen Thrill Billy, you're missing out. Now, Cristiano was pretty good too. I liked what he was doing, but Thrill Billy Cyrus Mason is a monster of a man. And out here in West Georgia, he reminds me of the kind of guy we might see out here baling some hay or picking up a few cattle and moving them around somewhere. Big dude, man, he can move. He was very impressive during his match. And then we heard from Tiffany Nieves in the back. She was one half of the tag champs, but she is also the television champ for the women's division. And she basically called everybody out and said, I'm a double champ. What are you going to do about it? And then we got to see the Pope, otherwise known as Elijah Burke, if you guys remember him from the old WWE NXT days and the TNA days when he was the Pope. He is Da Pope, Dapope. He came out and was saying some stuff like, hey, I'm back, here to help and do some things here. And our good buddy, friend of the show, Mim, came out with his belt and basically told the Pope, hey, it's great to see you back, but you're not the same Pope that you were. So if you want to come at me for this belt, you better bring it. So I guess somewhere in the very near future, we are going to see those two square off. And I can't wait for it because the Pope used to be quite a worker, and I have seen Mims wrestle in person probably 2 or 3 times in the last month, and he's very impressive as well. So I look forward to what we're going to see from all of that. And then that moves us to NXT No Mercy, which is tonight if you are watching this on Saturday. From Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You can catch it on Peacock and Netflix. Here are the matches. Jacy Jayne is going to defend her women's title. You're going to have Fallon Henley with her. They have officially kicked Jasmine Nix out of their group. She also is not going to renew her contract. That is very public now. But Jacy Jayne is going to defend against Lola Vice. If they would have built this up a little more, I would say go Lola Vice. I feel like Jacy's going to retain, but it will not hurt my feelings. And in fact, I will be quite excited later on when I am doing what I am doing. If I find out that Lola Vice is your new champ, I think that would be great. WWE Speed Championship, Sol Ruca is going to defend against Laney Reed. Sol Ruca is really that good, but at some point he's got to drop those belts because he's going to be called up really, really soon, I imagine. They've already kind of started to split her and Zarya because Sol Ruca is probably going to come up solo. It wouldn't surprise me if Laney Reed, who's somebody they're really trying to push right now and really get started where people recognize her pretty well. It wouldn't surprise me if Laney Reed figured out a way to win this. This Speed Championship is so fast. It's like a 3-minute match. I mean, man, Laney Reed could find a way to get her through any means necessary. The NXT Championship, we are going to see Oba Femi versus Ricky Saint. Here's the weird thing. I think both of them are going to be part of the call-ups next time around. Oba's had a really, really good run. Could Ricky Saint beat him? Sure. I think Oba retains, but letting Ricky have a run with the championship before he got called up, not necessarily the world's worst thing. If Oba loses, it will be because of somebody else. As good as Ricky is, they're going to run blocker and have somebody get in his way. It could be Trick. It could be some of the TNA people. It's going to be somebody get in Oba's way. Moose would be a good one. For the NXT North American Championship, we are going to see Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights. For the sake of all things wrestling, I really like Tavion Heights, but Ethan Page needs to retain this. And I think Ethan's going to be one of the next guys pulled up as well. But I think Ethan needs to retain this. Don't think Tavion is the one to put it on, but they get a wild hair and they put it on somebody and they see what they can do with it. So if Tavion Heights I thought Miles Bourne would have been a better one. But Tavion Heights here, let's see what happens. I still go Ethan Page. In a weaponized cage match. That's a cage match with weapons. I just fancy way to say it. Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace. These two just absolutely don't like each other. I feel like at some point Jordan Grace is going to be part of a call-up. I don't know if it's this wave or the next one. I think that's going to keep her away from the title so that when she does win a title, it's going to mean that much more. But it'll be on Raw or SmackDown, I believe. Blake Monroe's good. I haven't seen a lot of really great things, though, from her while in NXT. I almost feel like because she was facing Toni Storm, who is great, in AEW a lot, I think Toni was making her look a little better than she normally is. I want to see more from Blake Monroe, basically. That's basically what it comes down to. I got Jordan Grace to win that. And then Javon Evans versus Josh Briggs. These are two people that they are very, very high on. Javon has the flash, and he's pretty good at talking. He's not gonna give you a paragraph, but he's got some good stuff here and there. And then Josh Briggs, if they will work a little bit on his mic work, which is getting better, but his personality has come out more, I think. And you could see both of them on the next level. But Josh Briggs is a big, big dude. Kind of can't wait. Can't wait for all of those. And of course, we will have the result next week of how all that's going to go. Lastly, let's get all of our notes in order here. There we go. Lastly, let's talk this weekend. Tomorrow, you will see Deep South Wrestling at New Realm. The matches that I have heard so far: Cowboy James Storm versus Luca Daniels. That's gonna be fun. Narcissism think is defending his title, but it's against Apollo Cruz. I mean Apollo Prince, not Apollo Cruz. Apollo Prince. Anytime those two get in the ring, that's going to be fantastic. It's kind of weird. You got a heel there, but I got nausea in that one, by the way, and I got Cowboy in the other. Matt Sex Sells, the Boozerweight, is going to get a rematch versus Ryan Rembrandt. One of Rembrandt's first matches in Deep South Wrestling was against Matt Sells. I look for them to build on the small rivalry they had from then, and Rembrandt's probably going to win that underhandedly. He dastardly little fella he is. And the other advertised match was Hunter James and Nathaniel Vanderbilt. That'd be an interesting little duo there. Are going to face DJ Smoke and Stunt Marshall. Believe that's for the tag championship because Smoke and Stunt are the current Deep South Wrestling tag team champions. Also, I believe tonight, if you're watching this on a Saturday, up in Augusta at is that the Armory? I feel Josh, you can yell at me next time. We were gonna have Josh Fields from the Apex on this week, and between my chaotic schedule and his chaotic schedule, we didn't quite make it happen. It's more on us than it is him. And in the near future, we will have Josh on, maybe to talk about the aftermath of this or to preview the next one coming up. But just listen to this. If the Deep South is a stacked card, listen to this one. There's a four-way between D'Angelo, or is it D'Angelo? I think it's D'Angelo. Tyson Maverick, or Malrick. Can't read my own writing. Tyson Malrick. Hunter Young, and the madman himself, Sal Renaro. That's gonna be, that might steal the show. I don't think that's the main event. It might be, but that could steal the show. You were going to get the men's semifinal. The winner of these two next matches will face off for the men's world championship coming up very soon. Elijah Drago versus Alex Kane. I don't think those two have ever faced before. You have to see. These are two top 10 talents in Georgia that are going to face off in a semifinal. You get, my goodness, I don't know how Josh does it. Really don't. And of course, the winner of that is going to face the winner of Ryan Encias. Hope I'm saying his name right again. And Alan Angel. If I had to make a pick, and I don't know anything, Josh doesn't tell me results. He doesn't tell me what he's thinking. He doesn't tell me who he thinks is even going to win these, which is why he's good. Because, hey, Eric from Deep South don't tell me that stuff either. None of the promoters do. I make sure they don't. I think I would like to see Elijah Drago versus Alan Angel in the final. And that's nothing against Alex Kane and Rayon Antius. I just feel like that is a crazy, crazy matchup. That's where I'm at on that. Also, the women's semifinals, the winners of these two matches are going to face off for the women's belt in the very near future. I don't know if it's the next show or not. Once again, since we didn't connect with Josh this week, I don't know what the plan is after that, but we will find out very shortly. He's good about doing that. Gianna Gago is going to be facing Izzy Moreno. I think it was Izzy who cut a promo video where she said, Gianna, you're in my way. That how dare you stand in my way, and I'm coming through you. I'm gonna just run slap over. I can't wait. That's gonna be a fantastic matchup. The matchup I'm really looking forward to is Kelsey Reagan versus Emily J. Kelsey Reagan also dropped a video calling Josh out and the Apex management because she's had all these qualifier matches and some of these other people have got to kind of skip the line a little bit. Kelsey, I think you make a great point. Something I was going to address with Josh, either on or off the show. Josh and management. It's not just him. And I feel bad for Emily J because I think Kelsey Reagan is going to have a chip on her shoulder and is going to be a woman possessed in this match. If it were me, I believe Izzy Marino and Kelsey Reagan is your final. And if it's not, I'm not sure if anybody will be safe from the wrath of Kelsey Reagan. If she comes up short in that match, I would not want to be in the front row. I would not want to be in the front row. I think she's gonna take somebody with her. Which could be fabulous. And then to round out this card, that's if that's not already crazy enough. How about Charlie Kills? The only Charlie Kills is look him up against somebody I just mentioned, the Boozerweight Matt Sextel, who cut a promo after an event or after a match a couple weeks ago, where I said, "Man, I'm really digging what you're saying there," and he said, "It's all truth, man. It's not an act. It's not me changing character. It's not me doing any of these kinds of things here. It's me spitting the truth, spitting facts." Can't wait. I can't wait. Matt Sells versus Charlie Kills. I mean, fantastic. If that's not enough going on, like I said, MMA should be back next week. I believe the PFL and UFC both have events. Can't wait to talk about those. But other than that, um, if you're near New Realm tomorrow, mid afternoon or so, drop by and say hello to the people at Deep South Wrestling. It's a free show. Promise it's going to be fantastic. If you are near Augusta later today, this is on Saturday. If you are near Augusta, go by, and I think the $10 tickets to the general admission are the only ones left. I think all the VIPs sold out, which is how crazy this show is. The Apex, go say hey to Josh and just all the stars of that show there. Like I said, I think the $10 ones are the only ones left. But if you're in that area, you have to go by and see it. You just have to go by and see the Apex. They are crushing it out there in Augusta. But we have reached the end of the show. Thanks for tuning in to another great edition of Strong Style. I'm your host, Jeremy the Impact York. We will see you guys next week. Deuces, gooses. Go watch wrestling. Go watch fighting.